So guys, just like every popular web series, the pressure is really on for the finale of The Boys. The expectations we had for episode 7 of this season weren't met at all, because everyone thought that after getting V1, Homelander would go into his absolute rampage mode and suddenly things would get chaotic. But nothing like that happened in episode 7. Homelander was just seen making some executive decisions. Meanwhile, there was one thing that very few people noticed, and our video today is exactly about this: how much pressure the final episode of The Boys' final season is currently under. Think about it, there's only one episode left, and there are still so many arcs and so much plot left to cover. And man, if even a single arc is missed, it's gonna feel like something is incomplete. So let's see just how heavy the burden of expectations really is on this one last episode. So man, the first issue is the runtime issue. It has recently become clear that the finale of this final season of The Boys has a runtime of only 1 hour and 5 minutes. So this makes it clear that the ending of The Boys is in massive trouble. And come, let me tell you the reason for this. Take episode 7 right before the finale, for instance. Billy Butcher and Huey were caught, but Homelander orders them not to do anything to them, just extract the location of their hideout from them. Now, after chasing the boys for 5 whole seasons, suddenly Sage became Homelander's prime target. Homelander abandoned going to Billy Butcher and went to Sage first. But even this hideout sequence made no sense. Like, when Homelander realizes that the container in that room is made of zinc, he figures out that something is wrong there, but Frenchie distracts him. But still, after injuring Frenchie, why doesn't Homelander come back, break that container, and kill Sage and Kimiko? This is a bit surprising. Now, some people might say that Frenchie threatened Homelander that Billy is coming here, but how much time would it really take Homelander to kill an injured Soup and a non-superpowered Sage, when we saw that Billy and Huey arrived there so late? So first of all, Homelander left Billy to go kill Sage, and then ran away without even killing Sage. So because of so much inconsistency, episode 8 now has a huge pressure to cover a lot of things. But if you thought this inconsistency was a problem, let me tell you that you don't even have an idea of how many arcs episode 7 opened up that still need to be resolved. Now let's talk about the culmination of everything. Look, right in episode 7 before the finale, there were so many arcs that desperately need to conclude. So let's talk about these arcs. First of all is the completion of Ashley's arc. So Ashley is one of those characters who has endured Homelander's tyranny from season 1 until now and has managed to survive it too. And recently in episode 7 of the final season, we saw that she's definitely conflicted somewhere regarding Homelander. She just doesn't want to accept it, but we know that Ashley's arc should get closure. Either she listens to her inner voice, uses her presidential power to shut down the Democratic Church of America, and then Homelander kills her, or as a last resort, she orders a nuclear strike on Homelander, or maybe she completely sides with Homelander. But Ashley's arc absolutely must get an ending. Now the next point is, man, where will the Deep go? Now just like Ashley, the Deep's arc hasn't closed either. No matter how much of a foolish sycophant the Deep is, he is technically still a victim of Homelander since season 1, and all the members of the original 7 either were killed or they left the 7. But the Deep has been surviving until now with his roller coaster of an arc. And now, after being kicked out of the 7, he has no purpose left. So where will he go with his life? Will he flee the city, or will he go against Homelander in this fight? Because Homelander snatched away his home, his purpose, and his friends from him, and on his call, his manager even told him that this is the right opportunity for you to become a hero, so it's necessary to focus on the Deep as well. Otherwise, there will be no point in keeping his highly volatile character arc alive. The next point is, what will happen to Sage? Now this is the biggest thing to think about. How will Sage's arc be handled? Because her whole character arc was that she wants to destroy everyone. Now she came to the boys to push this very plan forward so that Soldier Boy would kill Homelander. But now that the plan has failed, has Sage's redemption arc begun, or will she still move forward with her old plan? Because preparations are already being made to take down Homelander. So is Sage reformed, or is she still gonna pull off something new? That remains to be seen. Now let's come to the Gen V mess. Now we all know that Gen V has been cancelled, meaning the story of this series and its characters won't be seen going forward. Meanwhile, we saw Marie and her friend in episode 7 of the season finale, and they all want her to side with heroism. So now, since Marie's story is also going to end with episode 8 of The Boys, how they want to end Marie's arc will only be known when episode 8 arrives. And look, episode 8 is pretty much here now, because from here it somehow feels like either Marie will be killed off, or Marie will carry the mantle and meaning of heroism, or whatever happens to her is yet to be covered, because they can't just leave Marie and her friend's story with an open ending, especially with the fact that Gen V is never coming back now. Now let's talk about Homelander's rampage. So man, right in episode 7 of the final season, we should have seen that after taking V1, Homelander has become uncontrollable, and then he would show everyone what it really means to be evil. But even this conclusion was just left with a build-up. But because episode 7 showed us that Homelander has now realized that even after taking O-Father's help, people still aren't accepting him as a god, and Homelander realizes that he is failing very badly. On the other hand, even after so many attempts, Soldier Boy rejected him. And on the flip side, he couldn't kill Sage, nor could he kill Billy and Huey. So after so many failures, a proper rampage from Homelander is still left to be seen before he dies. Now let's talk about the moral anchor. So now in episode 7, when the Synapse, taking the form of Kessler, exposes Billy's nature, then Huey also starts doubting Billy. Now, it's a different story that they both make a plan and get out of there, but that conversation between Huey and Billy is still left to be cleared up about how he really sees Huey. And trust me guys, getting this clarification is very important, because in the Boys comic, this was a very important moment between Billy and Huey, where Billy finally discloses why he kept Huey with him all this time, and how much he truly relies on Huey's morals and his humanity. Now let's talk a little bit about Ryan too. Now Ryan's arc is what worries me the most, because this character has been in this show since the 2nd season, and so far, Ryan hasn't done anything noticeable. In season 5, they tried to show the rivalry between him and Homelander, but after getting injured, he ran away from Billy's place too. Now where did he go after running away? What will he do? Will he come back in the finale? Will he be the one to deliver the final blow to Homelander? Or will his arc just be left hanging like this? That also remains to be seen. Now let's talk about Stan Edgar. Now Stan Edgar has also been caught by Homelander, and since then, nothing has been revealed about Stan. Meanwhile, where is Stan's granddaughter Zoe, and what will happen to her? That's also left to be seen. Will Stan Edgar be the final winner, where after Homelander is finished, he becomes the CEO of Vought America? Or will Stan's story end with his death? Or will he too be left incomplete with an open ending? That still remains to be seen. Now let's come to Soldier Boy. Now we saw that in episode 7 of the final season, Homelander gave Soldier Boy a chinlock in 2 minutes and put him back into cryosleep. But this much is clear, that Soldier Boy isn't dead, because Homelander just knocked him unconscious and kept him in the cryo chamber. But now what will happen to Soldier Boy from here? Will he just be left there, or will Soldier Boy be brought back this time, where he will now be totally furious at his worthless son Homelander and will want to kill him? And of course that nuclear blast scene was just being set up with Kimiko right now, but in my opinion it would be much more ironic if Soldier Boy is the one to hit Homelander with that blast. Now let's see what happens next. Now let's talk a little bit about the ultimate face-off. Now this is the final showdown, the fight that we all have been wanting to see since season 1, that is Billy Butcher versus Homelander, an all-out battle where it will be a do-or-die situation. Because if this battle doesn't happen, then the whole point of the boys and Billy's revenge will just die out. So this fight is also yet to happen. Lastly, let's talk about Annie and MM. Just recently, in episode 7 of the final season, a lot of focus was put on MM's life and his ideals. So, will MM take a last stand against Homelander to completely realize his ideal of the greater good, where he will be given a heroic death, or what will happen? Meanwhile, Annie's final life decision is also yet to be made, because in the comic there was an arc for Annie and Huey where they talk about their future life and are seen making decisions. Also, we have seen that in episode 7, the perspective of some hardcore Homelander supporters has changed towards Annie, when Annie rescues and brings those people back. So, will the mindset of the people in the US change towards Annie? That remains to be seen. So guys, you all saw that I gave you a total of 11 points that desperately need to be covered right now in the finale episode. Now, if some of these points aren't covered in the finale episode, the ending will feel very rushed. And if not rushed, it will definitely feel unbalanced in some way. Look guys, fans have been following this series for 7 years, so somewhere down the line fans are just asking for a proper closure. Now we have to see what all will be packed into the 1 hour and 5 minutes finale episode. But for now, you tell me, what are your expectations regarding the finale? It's being said here that along with action, more focus has been given to emotion. But do you think the finale will be able to deliver everything? Let's talk about all of this in detail in the comments. If you liked the video, definitely give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys.